Welcome to the channel, everybody. Level M Diecast. The wait is over. We do have our brand new Shelby transporter set. This is from MiniGT with the new Western Star in there. That cab did debut in the De Los Mortis set that they released last year with the container truck, but now I feel like it's in a better, more appropriate setup. Also comes with an exclusive, well, just another release of a Mustang, but it is, of course, exclusive. It's a numbered release like the rest of them. This is the box it comes in. Box is relatively dark, of course. Does all the same things that the Liberty Walk hauler did. This is the second release for this particular trailer. Same size box, same packaging as before. There's your Shelby logo on the side. This is number 523 for the Shelby. And then, of course, the hauler itself is number 524. MiniGT on this side. As far as on the back, of course, you have your holograms for Ford and stuff like that. There's your Western Star logo. Pretty average stuff there. There is the barcode number. Should you need that deets for any reason, so let's go ahead and get into this. This is taped with a protective plastic on the outside that will go away. So relatively thick outer plastic, but it's just a little bit of an adhesive. Kind of holds it together. So let's take that off there, pull the box out, get that plastic out of here. A little bit better view of the box without so much glare on it. This is dark, super dark blue, so it's kind of hard to see the MiniGT logo up there. So always a shot in the dark on exactly which direction it's supposed to open up. This is not one of those really nice boxes with the no flaps, the no cutout flaps. It's got the cutout flaps, so we'll see if we can just, there we go, pop it out of there. Comes with two inserts just like the other hauler did. So one of these should be the trailer and possibly the car, or just the trailer. And then, of course, the other one should be the truck. There is nothing else in the box. There's no printed materials or anything like that. So we'll set the box to the side. This is our first pack here. It does have tape on both sides to keep it shut. So we'll just go ahead and slide the tape, cut it up, and get it done. It does have an arrow on the top indicating what is the forward direction. Of course, I opened it upside down, so doesn't seem to surprise me. It happens frequently. So there is the trailer covered in some styrofoam. Set him to the side just for right now. Just a little bit of like tissue paper or wax paper in the bottom. Nothing. Oh, there's a piece on the top as well, just to keep it from getting too rubbed up by the styrofoam. So we'll set that to the side as well. Set the trailer over there. Hopefully we can open this one the direction that it should be. Of course, it doesn't say up or down. Of course, this one matters, opening it the correct direction. So this one's kind of zigzagged. So get the stuff cut. Get cut on this side as well. And get it cut down. Now, since I opened the other one upside down, I'm just going to assume this one's probably upside down. So hopefully I get this right, because that truck matters. Let's see if I can get in there. Maybe it's still hung up. There we go. Ah, sweet. All right, so we got it the correct direction. So we'll pull our Western Star out. Ooh, I think it feels a little bit more flimsy than before. Little tray it sits in, and then of course the model is integrated in the box. So we'll take the box, that out of there. It's got an insert in there so that at some point in time they could put two models in there if they want to do a double model, or they can use something a little bit bigger box like Land Rover, something like that has. So get this to turn around, get this back on there. Get the styrofoam out of here. There we go. Get that to the side. This is, of course, our model that we have in here. This is the GT500 Ford Performance Blue. I do believe this one is pretty much going to be the same as the one that's already been released, except for the fact that this one has either black or graphite wheels. So I think that's probably going to be the only difference. See if we can get this to cooperate with us a little bit. There we go. Got to make sure not to damage the box. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So we'll get the plastic out of here. Our blade out of here. Our truck moved over to there. Take a look at our MiniGT model included first. This does have the nice box that has the no cut flaps on it. Looks like somebody kind of rammed this one in there at the factory, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead and get our Shelby out of there. So this one looks to have potentially a different hood on it. I think that's got a different hood on it. Just kind of a little bit of a different setup. But it looks fantastic. The wheels look good as well. They are wide carbon fiber. Pretty good. This model looks fantastic. This one definitely looks really, really good. I don't think this is a new casting. Maybe just modified from the previous one that they released. Pretty sure that the hood is a new setup though, for sure. But this one looks really, really good. Of course, rolls and does all the good stuff. Deets on the bottom. Good details. Quad exhaust out of the back. Looks good. Definitely like that one. So, nice big old wide body. So, we'll put that back in there. Set the box to the side. So, this is our Western Star. This is, like I said, not a new casting. Does have steerable wheels. I think this particular one looks a lot better than the De Los Muertos one. I just thought that that was a really interesting setup for the debut for this casting. But now we're getting it in a little bit more down-to-earth version. So this one looks pretty good. Fix the light a little bit. I do apologize about that. There we go. So it says Shelby American on the side. It says number 98. As far as the colors do not match. So the truck and the car are not the same color of blue. So just pointing that out. It's significantly different. Nice chrome details and stuff like that on it. The smokestacks looks pretty good. This little piece right here is plastic. So when you pick this up, you got to be a little careful with it. The whole cab is metal except for these little insert pieces. So I'm assuming maybe they can change those to be windows or something like that if they want to. As far as the front end, there is a ton of chrome on this, a ton of detail. Side windows look pretty good, or side mirrors look pretty good. The quad horn setup on the top. The visor here looks good as well. Your Western Star logo on there. This is a really, really good looking truck. Looks really, really good. Your fifth wheel pivots, which is a good thing. Wheels are fantastic. I think the wheels look really, really, really good. Chassis detail on this guy is pretty good as well. So there is your steerable unit. You can see some engine detail and stuff in there. The driveline's pretty flimsy, but other than that, it looks pretty good. As far as the details on the back, does have some printed taillights, which is a good feature. These are hard plastic, unfortunately. These are not soft, so they're fixed, so they don't really move. Same with the guards in the front. So we'll go ahead and set the truck down. So the truck looks pretty good, rolls pretty good. It has very minimal amount of steering to it. I mean, minimum amount of steering, but at least the steering's there. So let's take a look at the trailer, because of course the trailer is probably the only thing that most people care about. It is all chrome on the bottom, which looks fantastic. Definitely something you're going to have to keep cleaning all the time. So do apologize for the glare of the light. It's just kind of the way it works. A lot of styrofoam and stuff all over it. A lot of static electricity and things like that. So you're just going to have to kind of deal with that. 8449 Shelby on the front. Shelby American. Prints are not super, super crisp. You see there's some lines that show through on a couple of those letters, unfortunately. But the Shelby logo at the back looks pretty good. All the warning stripings and stuff on the side look good as well. Base is pretty plain Jane. See, that looks like they may have sprayed some glue or maybe some kind of oil or something like that to keep things from locking up. The trailer stands, I don't think they move. I don't remember from the other one. I don't think they do anything, so they are kind of fixed where they are. As far as the back is concerned, there is your print on the back. This trailer is pretty heavy. It's all metal. It's completely metal. Now, if you guys remember, I did pick up, of course, the Liberty Walk hauler, which was essentially broken right out of the box. So this particular one, we're going to see how this works. It should open from the bottom, I believe. So let's see here. Maybe from the, nope, definitely from the top. Ooh, there we go. So it's very, very stiff. So these are little pieces of wire. It is extremely, extremely fragile. You'll see that there's foam in there. So see if I can potentially get that foam out of there. Maybe grab it with some scissors or something like that. Probably not the most ideal way to do this, by the way. But that's just the way it's going to work. So we're just going to do it this way because I know it'll come out like that. So that is just to hold the upper section in. So you see that the hauler is completely hollow all the way through. So you can hold quite a few cars in here. Although there's no like tool accessories or anything like that. This particular piece right here is plastic, but it's very high quality plastic. That just slides on the top. It's just to hold the cars on the top if you want to put cars on the top. The fifth wheel does hitch. Not like click, but obviously it holds it in there so that the truck can tow it. That's what the hauler kind of looks like. Move the camera down a little bit. So that's what the hauler looks like. Sorry about that. Just all together. So I think that looks pretty good. I like the setup. The trailer definitely doesn't match the cab, just the design. And it was the same way with the Actros. Neither one of them really matches, but I think it's perfectly fine. We can deal with it as long as the livery matches. That's kind of all we care about. So we'll kind of move this to the side so that we can see if we can get this to work. So the way that this works is these just fold out like this. On the previous one that I got, the Liberty Walk, these little ramps just popped right off. So it seems like they have corrected the issue about having those glued on there pretty nice. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the way that this hauler works in real life, which is probably not going to be many of you because I'm pretty sure you guys are all car guys. But essentially the way that this would work is if you want to load the car in it just the way it is, obviously you could drive it in. It's a ridiculous ramp right there. But you know, there has to be compromises made. Really, you want to put it on the top. So what you would do is you drive your Mustang up, you park it on the platform, and then the platform will lift. And then the friction of it hanging down with these little poles holds the vehicle there. And then you can push it in onto the top there. And there's plenty of clearance, so you don't hit the mirrors. You see, I just pushed it right in there. I didn't catch anything. Didn't snag on anything. And then you can just bring your ramps back up. Move the platform back down. And then you just put the top back up and then snap it in there. And then you're good to go. So it works pretty good. I do worry about those little pieces of metal because those are very, very thin, very, very flimsy. But this one works a million times better than the Liberty Walk one. I had a ton of problems with that. I am going to link that video at the end of this so you guys can check that out. It was very, very frustrating. It wasn't broken per se, but to have pieces fall off of a MiniGT when you pull it out is very, very frustrating. As far as getting the car out of there, you're just going to have to kind of pull the platform out, and then you can grab the car, and then you can either put it down or do whatever you want to do. Obviously, very, very good for, you know, just displaying it. Not necessarily, it's not a toy. It's certainly not a toy. It's not something to play with, but the functionality is there for sure, which justifies the price point, which is $100. This model is $100. There are a few vendors that you may get it for a little bit better than $100, but $100 is the standard going rate for one of these vehicles. The first one released was the Liberty Walk, which I will link that in the description below, so you guys can check that out. Actually, I'll just link it at the end of this. You can just click right to it when you're done. After this, we're going to get a Corvette hauler. That'll be for the GT3 race team. That has kind of been teased a little bit here and there. And then the next one after that is going to be an Advan. As far as the model, I think it's the S15 that comes with the Advan, but that'll give us 4 haulers. And kind of the sky's the limit at that point. MiniGT can definitely be dropping a lot of them, although their trucks don't come out all that often. But I'm really happy to have this one. Happy to finally crack it open, bring it to you guys. I'm really, really stoked. I think they did a great job with this particular one. I think it's a fantastic addition. Totally worth $100. Way better than the initial release, so they definitely fixed the apparatus back here. Better choice for the truck. I do think that truck looks better than the Actros with the trailer, although they still both don't really match. But it's a really, really good addition. I'm really just happy to get the Western Star in more of a regular deco. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you're going to pick this up. If you already got it, maybe you got it coming in the mail. It's a doozy, and it's totally worth it. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. We're going to roll out. Catch you next time, Level M. Peace.